Hey, for Niners faithful! We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates on our beloved San Francisco. For Niners, before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to For Niners Zone and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any breaking news or exciting updates about the Niners. Alright, let's dive into the swirling rumor that's been rocking the NFL world, specifically hitting the San Francisco 49ers hard. Sources whisper that Christian McCaffrey, the star running back known for his electric plays and versatility, has reportedly tested positive for a banned substance, leading to a potential 2-year suspension. Imagine the shockwaves this would send not only through the 49ers locker room, but across the entire league. The buzz started quietly but quickly gained momentum as insiders began piecing together confidential leaks. McCaffrey, who has been a cornerstone of the 49ers offense, is suddenly in the center of a controversy that could sideline him for an extended period, drastically altering the team's dynamics. Fans and analysts alike are scrambling to process what this means for the franchise's future, especially as McCaffrey's presence on the field is integral to their offensive strategy. The news, while not officially confirmed by the league at this moment, is being treated with grave seriousness behind the scenes. This alleged doping case, if true, would place McCaffrey among the most high-profile NFL athletes ever to face such a lengthy suspension. The ripple effects of this potential ban could redefine the 49ers' upcoming seasons and prompt deeper conversations about performance-enhancing substances in the NFL. Adding fuel to this growing fire, insiders hint that the doping violation wasn't a simple misunderstanding or accidental ingestion, but something that has drawn serious attention from the NFL's regulatory bodies. Speculation abounds about what substance might be involved, with some suggesting it could be a newly flagged performance enhancer or a prohibited stimulant that slipped past initial tests. The NFL's anti-doping program is notoriously strict, and a 2-year suspension signals a significant breach, not just a minor infraction. This has caused the media to dig into McCaffrey's recent performance trends, looking for any clues that might hint at altered conditioning or unexplained bursts of energy. Meanwhile, teammates and coaches are reportedly stunned by the news, trying to reconcile the image of the hardworking, dedicated athlete they know with these troubling allegations. The 49ers management is said to be in crisis talks, trying to figure out their next moves if McCaffrey is indeed forced to sit out for the next 2 years. This would not only weaken their roster, but also raise questions about their internal support systems and monitoring for player compliance with league rules. The rumor mill is running wild, with fans divided between disbelief and concern, making this one of the most talked about stories in recent NFL history. What's even more intriguing is the timing of these revelations, coming just as the 49ers were gearing up for what many expected to be a championship contending season. McCaffrey's absence, if confirmed, would create a void in the backfield that could alter the team's game plan significantly. Analysts speculate that the 49ers might have to pivot quickly, relying on backup players or reshuffling their offensive lineup to compensate for losing such a key weapon. Rumors suggest that potential trades or free agent signings might be on the table as the front office scrambles to maintain competitiveness. This unexpected situation is also casting a shadow over McCaffrey's personal brand, with endorsements and public image potentially taking a hit as the doping allegations become more widespread. Sports marketing experts are already buzzing about the possible fallout, noting that sponsors often distance themselves quickly in the face of scandal. The entire scenario is a reminder of how precarious a professional athlete's career can be, especially when the stakes are so high and the league's scrutiny so intense. The NFL community is bracing for what could be a lengthy and complicated investigation, one that might redefine how doping cases are handled going forward. Meanwhile, fans on social media are split between staunch support and harsh criticism, creating a polarized atmosphere around McCaffrey and the 49ers. Some argue that the 2-year suspension is too harsh, calling for a deeper investigation and the benefit of the doubt for McCaffrey, who has never been linked to such controversies before. Others believe that the NFL must enforce strict penalties to maintain the integrity of the sport, no matter how star-studded the player involved might be. This debate is fueling endless online discussions, memes, and video reactions, making the situation one of the most viral topics in sports right now. Former players and analysts have been invited to weigh in, providing expert opinions on the likelihood of McCaffrey intentionally doping, or whether this could be an unfortunate mistake. The chatter even extends to other NFL teams, many of whom are quietly observing how the 49ers handle this crisis, knowing it could set a precedent for their own players in the future. The rumor, despite its unofficial status, has taken on a life of its own, illustrating how quickly sports scandals can grow into massive media events. Adding layers to the complexity, there's talk about McCaffrey possibly appealing the suspension or seeking legal recourse to reduce the ban's length. Legal experts within the sports world speculate that McCaffrey's team of attorneys and advisors might challenge the findings or the testing procedures. Aiming to protect his career and reputation, this could lead to a drawn-out legal battle that keeps the story in headlines for months, if not longer. Some insiders even suggest that McCaffrey might come forward with a public statement soon, addressing the rumors directly in an attempt to sway public opinion and show transparency. The 49ers organization, on the other hand, appears cautious, releasing minimal official statements but closely monitoring the situation as it unfolds. This strategic silence might be an effort to control damage while they gather more information. Behind closed doors, the suspense is building, and the sports world is bracing for every twist and turn in this high-stakes drama. The uncertainty alone is enough to rattle the 49ers fanbase, who are left wondering how their team will cope without one of their most electrifying players for potentially the whole seasons. In addition, this rumor sparked broader conversations about the pressures NFL players face to perform at elite levels consistently. The intense physical and mental demands, combined with the high stakes of professional football, sometimes push athletes toward risky decisions regarding supplements and performance aids. The McCaffrey case, real or speculative, puts a spotlight on the fragile balance players must maintain between maximizing performance and staying within league rules. Many former players have come forward in recent years discussing the gray areas around supplements and the temptation to use banned substances to gain an edge or recover faster from injuries. If McCaffrey is indeed guilty, it could become a cautionary tale for current and aspiring players about the consequences of crossing the line. The NFL's anti-doping policies might come under increased scrutiny, with calls for more transparency, education, and support for athletes to prevent similar incidents. Fans might also start demanding more accountability from teams and league officials in monitoring player conduct off the field. The ripple effects of this potential scandal could extend far beyond McCaffrey himself, shaping the future landscape of professional football. Moreover, some insiders speculate about how this news could impact the locker room morale and chemistry within the 49ers. McCaffrey is not just a key player on the field, but also a leader in the dressing room. His potential absence would leave a leadership gap, prompting others to step up and fill that void. The locker room dynamics might shift as players grapple with the uncertainty and disappointment surrounding the situation. Coaches could face challenges in keeping the team focused and motivated amid the distraction of this controversy. Rumors suggest that some teammates are already expressing frustration and concern behind the scenes, worried about how this will affect their season goals and playoff hopes. The team's internal culture and resilience will be tested in the coming weeks as they navigate the fallout from these allegations. If the 49ers manage to pull through without McCaffrey, it could speak volumes about their depth and character. But if the disruption proves too much, it could trigger a downturn in performance, complicating the franchise's trajectory for years to come. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The financial implications of this potential suspension are also a hot topic among sports economists and NFL insiders. McCaffrey's contract, endorsements, and bonuses could be severely affected, and the 49ers might have to rethink their salary cap strategy to accommodate the absence. There are whispers that the team could seek insurance claims or negotiate contract adjustments. Depending on the final ruling, the ripple effects might extend to merchandising and ticket sales as well, especially in markets where McCaffrey has a significant fan following. Sponsors tied to the player or the team might reconsider their partnerships or demand clauses that protect them against reputational damage. The business side of the NFL is rarely talked about in the wake of such rumors, but it's clear that a 2-year ban could trigger significant economic shifts both for McCaffrey personally and the 49ers organization. This financial strain could push the franchise into more aggressive moves in the transfer market or youth development to fill the void. It's a complex domino effect that goes well beyond the football field, illustrating how intertwined sports, performance, and business really are. From a broader cultural perspective, the McCaffrey doping rumor touches on the ongoing struggle sports leagues face balancing athlete health, fair competition, and entertainment value. Fans expect thrilling performances, but also demand integrity and clean sportsmanship. When a star athlete is accused of doping, it threatens to undermine trust in the league and the authenticity of the game. The NFL, which prides itself on being the pinnacle of American football, will need to navigate this situation carefully to maintain its image. How the league handles the investigation, the transparency of the process, and the eventual consequences will be closely watched by fans, media, and other sports organizations. The McCaffrey case could set a precedent not just for doping policies, but also for how the NFL supports players in maintaining ethical standards while pushing physical limits. It's a delicate balancing act that highlights the complex ecosystem of modern professional sports, where every action can have far-reaching implications beyond wins and losses. Meanwhile, the sports media ecosystem is thriving on this developing story, with analysts, commentators, and influencers dissecting every piece of information, no matter how small. Rumor mills, leaks, and official statements or the lack thereof are all feeding an insatiable appetite for updates. The story has become a staple of sports podcasts, YouTube channels, and social media debates, driving engagement and controversy. Alike, some media outlets are accused of sensationalizing or jumping to conclusions, while others call for patience and due process. This dynamic creates a highly charged atmosphere, where public opinion can shift rapidly depending on new developments or insider revelations. For the 49ers, this constant spotlight is a double-edged sword, providing publicity but also amplifying pressure on the team and McCaffrey. It's a prime example of how modern sports coverage can turn a rumor into a major event, shaping narratives and influencing perceptions before the final facts are even known. Finally, as the dust begins to settle and the NFL prepares for what could be one of the most significant doping cases in its history, all eyes remain on Christian McCaffrey and the San Francisco 49ers. The unfolding drama encapsulates the high stakes and high pressures inherent in professional sports, where a single test result can change careers and reshape franchises. Whether the rumors will be confirmed or disproven, the conversation around this case is already sparking important discussions about fairness, accountability, and the future of football. Fans, players, and league officials alike are waiting anxiously for official word, knowing that whatever comes next will resonate for years. The 49ers face the daunting challenge of moving forward without a key player, while McCaffrey's legacy hangs in the balance. This story, whether rumor or reality, serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of athletic greatness and the ever-present scrutiny athletes endure in the quest for excellence. It's a saga that will undoubtedly dominate NFL headlines and fan conversations for a long time to come. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.